Peace of mind, you got it, thug like me, ready to settle down now. Have a little child, smiles like you, baby girl. I want you all in my world. I'm telling my boys about the love I endure. I adore the conversations that we had while we walk to the store, holding hands while we pull the trans with me. You got me glad to be your man. As I express my feelings, your attention span is longer than a man's life. Prison sentence, I never distance for instance. Your love.
Man, there we go. There we go. There we go. And man, it's been a while. It's definitely been a while since your boy been back, man. Hey man, welcome everyone this afternoon on a what is it? Thursday? I think it's a Thursday, man. Man, let me speak my mind. A hiatus for a few months. Just been busy with a lot of things. Just finished up about a month ago with my third season at the junior college level here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. on as an assistant coach. Man, I'm having technical difficulties, man. Sorry about that. Like I said, man, it's been a while since I've been back on my podcast, man. I got it up and running again. So I just had I ain't gonna say setbacks, but I just had some priorities that I had to uh, put in the front most of my life and everything. So to kind of manage everything. But let me get ahead and get started. I'm actually going off my phone and not my actual computer system here and everything. So I don't know if my Wi-Fi. I guess I got that Spectrum. I got that bootleg the Wi-Fi service and everything. But hey, today's show today, and I'm back. Martez Rafael Kirkland. If you don't know me, man, hey, MRK. I dream big. If you understand what that means, it's me just always dreaming big, and I hope you dream big too. And I hope you guys continue to try to strive for saying your aspirations and then things that inspire you and motivate you in your life. Whatever it is, man, go out there and try to pursue it, man, and do it in a positive manner and everything. And that's what I'm about, man. Again, so I'm gonna go back to it. I'm gonna start off. Hey, this afternoon we're gonna start off with the motivation of the day. The motivation of the day is a thought that I had yesterday. I came up with, right, and it's the life you are given and the lives that are taken. So my motivation is that you should be motivated each and every day that you are able and blessed to be able to wake up and be able to live another day, to be able to do the things that you possibly love, you cherish, you get to see your loved ones, you get to, enjoy life and the breath that God has given us each and every day. So that's my motivation, right? Because we know, hey, the lives that are taken, hey, that could be just easily, it could be us. It can be us any day. We don't have an actual we don't nobody knows the day, the time, when and how that what I'm saying our life is going to be taken and we're going to be sent home, what I'm saying, to be with God our Father. We don't know that. So I think, the motivation that each and every day that you get when you wake up each and every day to be able to pursue the dreams and aspirations and goals and the visions that God has given you, that's something to be motivated about and everything. And you should go about your days and about your life and each day that you're given in a motivating fashion. So again, that's the motivation of the day, the life you are given and understanding the lives that are taken. Be blessed with whatever you have, no matter what the circumstances that you're in. You thank God. Thank him for allowing you to breathe another day, to see the sunshine rise, to see the rain fall, to see the clouds move, to see the individuals that you love and cherish, and or individuals that you may dislike, because it could be another day that you're granted to make, saying, things right with them. So hey, be motivated and just understand that you do have another life and another day and another chance to be able to make things right within your life. So continue to stay motivated. Hey, my thought of the day. The thought of the day is, and what I want to expound on is talk about, like, is our children, are they too privileged and entitled in this day and time? So if those that got kids out there and those that got children and everything, especially teenagers and young adults, do you believe that our children are too entitled? And are they privileged? And where did that come from? How did it get like that? Is it the society that we're living in, with the hyping of social media and technology, and how the way society is moving? What is it? Is it the stuff that they're showing on TV? Why are our kids so privileged and entitled? I'm 46 years old. I'll be 47 in June, and I don't necessarily believe I was entitled. Saying when my parents said we couldn't have things, yes, maybe I was upset. Yes, maybe I thought that it was unfair. But at the end of the day, I believe as an early age, I was able to understand the reasons to why that we may not couldn't have certain things, or why they could not get certain things for us, or why they just wouldn't get certain things for us. I did not look down on my parents. I did not bash them. I did not, um, just think that they wasn't, good parents because I did not get the things that maybe I did not deserve, or maybe the things I did not need. And, the entitlement or the privilege, it comes from, if you see these new generation of young people, man, it seems like they feel that they don't have to work for anything. They feel like they don't have to strive, and everything is going to be given to them by others, or maybe their parents or other people in certain positions owe them, as if they was put in front of them as a privilege. And that, to me, I just don't believe. I can't understand that. I don't understand, why is it like that? Why is all these kids so dang on privileged? Why they believe that everything that comes to them should be easy? I believe that they try to find the easiest. I think, first of all, it's a difference from trying to find, they say, don't work harder, work easier, don't work harder, or whatever, right? I understand that, right? But be smart about it and everything. And understand anything that's worth having, you're going to have to work for, no matter what. I understand if I don't have something, it's because I didn't put enough effort in. I didn't put enough, time into what it is that I wanted. Just because I want something don't mean that I deserve it, right? And if I deserve it, it's because I probably most likely have worked for it and put the grind in to attain that, to attain it. And I don't think these kids and these young people understand that that's what it is. That's what they have to do, regardless of who it's coming from and how you're going to get it. They don't understand. Look, think about it. I was talking to my daughter one day about just applying for jobs. Now these days, you can sit at home and just apply for hundreds of jobs online on your phone. You can do it through your phone. Those that is around my age, maybe a little bit younger, we had to get out on foot. We had to drive around. We had to walk. And we had to go into those establishments, into those businesses and organizations, and sit down there and fill out that application. And once we got the application put in and they called us up, we had to wait till they called us. And if they did not call us, guess what? Most of us was actually doing what? We were bothering them. We were calling them. Hey, I put an application in a week ago. I put an application in 2 weeks ago. Hey, I really, what I'm saying, I really don't want this job. And, they got it easy. They got it easy. I think, they say the job, the unemployment rate, it dips, it goes up and all that good stuff by a couple of percentages and stuff like that. But at the most part, I think there are more of a rate of jobs and things that they can do that's truly very, very, very easy in nature. Us, man, we had to get out there and we had to grind. We had to go work. We had to sweat. I remember having my first job and I used to run. I used to run. I used to run to my job. I was in high school. My first, that wasn't my first job. It was one of the jobs I worked at a bit far as like at a restaurant. I used to run to Burger King. I'd get off the bus about 3:15, get my Burger King suit on, and I would run, be there to start at 4 o'clock. And I worked from 4 to 10. I had a summer hire job too, before I started working at that when I was like 15, 16. I remember, working from 8 to 5 every day. I would get up at about 6:30 in the morning, catch a bus to go to work and everything. And I'm gonna be honest, man. I got 3 older young adults, and I remember my son, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. I remember when he was going and first started to try to work, and I was like, I had to work. I was in the Army, so I had to work, and I would tell him like, hey, make sure you get a couple of applications in a day. You know what I'm saying? The summer really is getting ready to come, especially if he's on spring break or something. Or if he didn't have a job by the summer. I know one summer I was like, man, go to this establishment. And I remember coming back home and I was like, well, did you get him in? He was like, no, I was waiting for you to come home so you could take me. I was upset. The brother was upset. The brother was definitely very, very vexed. I'm going to put it like that. He said it was too hot outside for him to walk a couple of miles to go put an application in so he can get some employment. He was waiting for daddy after daddy just got finished working hard all day long. Now, as you've been in the Army, if you've been a military serviceman, a soldier, a sailorman, marine, and airman, and all that good stuff, and Coast Guard, you know the hours that we work, we put in, man. Some days we waking up 4 o'clock in the morning. It depends on the day, it depends on your work and all that good stuff. So my days were long, and I come home, and my son, I think about 16, 17 years old, and he was like, Dad, I was waiting for you to come home so you could drive me around. Are you serious? Man, get out of here, man, for real. And he really, really was like, it's just too hard to be walking. Like, so what I did was, hey, there's a couple of bikes in the garage. You see those bikes that I bought y'all, 10 speeds? Hey, man, get on the bike. My man said he wasn't riding a bike. Said, honestly, he said he would rather walk than ride a bike. So if you're my age, you know what we did? Hey, we ran, we walked, we rode bikes to get to point A to point B to point C to point D. That's what we did, man. But it's crazy, man, like how in this day and time, even young adults, they feel so dang on privileged, and it seems like they really don't want to work for things. You got the COVID generation, you got the YNs, they call it. If you already know what those are, that's what it's the young end, right? You just got young people that just think things should be handed to them on a silver platter. And we all know it. I didn't get it like that. I had to work for it. My parents taught us how to grind and how to work and everything. And nothing comes without you putting that hard work in. And that's what we was taught. And to this day, that still stands no matter what area you work in, or no matter what job you go in, high, low class, it doesn't matter. So it's crazy, right? So the thought of the day, I'm just sitting back thinking, like, are our children just are they too privileged and entitled? And if it's why, just let me know. Tell me, I just want to know. So talk to me. Let me see something, man. I'm gonna hold up. Let me see something right quick. Go ahead. I'm gonna go to my YouTube right quick. Because I don't know if my Wi-Fi is acting up, and it's so fitting that it would act up right now. I got to see. And it's crazy. Okay, I can go down here. We got a little tab. Let's see if it pops up. But y'all know, I don't got nobody on here yet, but it's all good. Hey, you guys can definitely go back and enjoy it and look at it, and view it. See, my YouTube pops up very, very good. All right, let me go to it. New channel. Let me see if it's running. Okay, I'm live right now. There we go. There we go. All right. All right, let me see what it's saying. I'll go ahead and hit that. Oh, there I go. I'm right there. I'm on live. So I am live. Let me see what it's saying. Go ahead. So y'all hear that feedback. But everything, hey, this will probably not want to be one of my best podcasts. Like I said, I'm back. I'm just getting back in action and everything. But so the motivation of the day, again, if you're just not coming in, hey, the life you are given and the lives that are taken, meaning the life that you are given and the lives that you are taking, right, that are taken is that, hey, be blessed, be motivated, you know what I'm saying, and pursue each and every day as it is your last, because you never know. There are many people's lives that are being taken each and every day for so many different reasons, and we definitely have to, count our blessings on that. So that was the motivation of the day. I just got finished going through the thought of the day. The thought of the day was basically, hey, are our children too privileged and entitled? Are they too privileged and entitled? And I told you guys why I felt the way I felt and everything. I think they are. I think they don't like to work. I think these kids and these young people are just lazy. I think they, maybe the society and the social media and the technology that we have been, I guess, so blessed to have, it's making so many people just lazy and not able to want to really work and strive and actually use their brain to think. Not taking nothing away from all the other talents that some of these young people have, but for the most part, in my mind, in my view, and the things that I have witnessed is that they don't like to work. They come up with excuses. They don't want to be held accountable of any of the things that they do, and everything that happens to them that is negative or that is not achieving, it is someone else's fault. So there's no accountability in taking true responsibility of what that they do and don't do, and understanding. And I think they lack gratitude. They lack gratitude. They lack appreciation, and they lack a lot of respect. Right? They had like a lot of respect in their souls and their minds and everything, which is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to me, and I truly, truly, you know, dislike it, dislike it a lot. So that's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? Our young people, our children, they're just too privileged and too damn entitled, and everything. I ain't gonna lie. Was I the perfect young person, kid? No, but I had a level of respect. I had a level of appreciation. I have a level of gratitude for those that have did for me and those that cared for me, right? Even if it didn't come always in a picture of it being brought to me as how I want it, how I wanted it. Because again, just because you want something, everything that you want ain't always good for you, right? It's all about what you need and everything. And I know from the individuals that have been in my life, my parents, my family, I had some great teachers. They gave me what I needed, not what I wanted. So again, it's crazy. So let's keep it moving. All right, with everybody being wanting to hear, or those that probably are more probably interested, especially on my social medias and everything, that I am friends with a lot of players and coaches and stuff like that. The hot discussion of today is the life of a JUCO coach. I may have to come back and do this again. The life of a JUCO, because there's so much stuff I could talk about. The life of a JUCO coach. What is it? How is it? What's the ups? What's the good? What's the bad? What's the in betweens? What's the heartaches? What's the discomfortness? I mean, so many different things that we can talk about, man. So I just finished completed my third year of being an assistant coach on the women's basketball team at Fayetteville Technical Community College here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm always, like I said, I am appreciative. I'm so blessed, and I'm thankful, what I'm saying, for definitely having the opportunity to be able to coach something that I love to do, to be able to be around a game that I love, which is basketball, and to be able to coach. If you don't know you're a coach, you're a coach. If you're a coach, you're a teacher. If you're a teacher, you're a mentor. And if you're a coach, teacher, and mentor, you're a leader. And we all grow in many different ways and in our own time, and even in your professions and the things that you so passionately love to do, it takes time to master that. And I'm not saying in 3 years I master that, because my background, I've coached AAU, I coach high school, I coach JV teams, girls, women, man, I've trained as skill developers and stuff like that. Saying I walked the paths, or went down the paths, and went through doors that was open for me, and took the opportunities that was given to me by God, and by those that, that was for me, and in this profession of coaching. And I got the opportunity 3 years ago to be a junior college coach here in the city that I live in. Never thought that I would coach on the women's basketball side when it came down to working at this level or doing things at this level. I always thought it would be on the men's side of the thing, of the ball, because that's why I first started off with boys. But I also did dibble and dabble of coaching girls. I got two girls that actually, two daughters that played too, and I got three daughters now. My 8-year-old, she just finished her first recreation season about a month ago, in which she actually liked it. She played it. She's a competitor, man, so she got a little daddy in it, I guess. But again, the life of a JUCO coach, man, and I'm an assistant coach, and I'm not a head coach. Yet I do strive to be that one day when the time is right. But being, working closely with the head coach at Fayetteville Tech for the women's basketball team, I hear it, I see it. I get to experience it right there with her. I might not get all the over the phone conversations, but I do a lot of the recruiting there at Fayetteville Tech, the community college. Since I've been there, that's one of my niches. I do a lot of the player development. I'm in the weight room with the girls, with the young ladies, strength and conditioning, and I'm on the phone talking to parents, talking to players, and talking to coaches, and also talking to to higher division level coaches. I've talked to D1, D2, D3, NAIA, Division 3, USC, AAA, all those different type of levels of coaches I've talked to. I've seen the differences of how scholarship works and offers work, and what they actually want from a player coming from the JUCO level and even the high school level. So I'm gonna say this in a quick synopsis of everything. Anybody that's wanting to get into college coaching, right? I'm gonna be honest, I think you're skipping something if you have opportunity to be a junior college coach, go ahead and do it, because what it's gonna do is, man, it's gonna define you. It's gonna sharpen your skills. It's gonna give you so much necessary tools to be equipped to one day you get that opportunity to go into the next level. And because you're pretty much doing everything. The life of a JUCO college, JUCO coach, and so many different JUCOs around the nation, right? So many are, you got Division 1, Division 2, and Division 3 JUCOs, right? We are Division 2 JUCO because there's no Division 1 women's basketball team in the state of North Carolina, right? And you're dealing with so many different things. You're dealing with budget. You're dealing with lack of resources. You're dealing with, trying to recruit the best available players that you possibly can get, because again, you have the D1s, Division 2s, and the Division 3s in the NAIA schools, right? And you're trying to build, say, especially as a head coach or a coaching staff, you want to compete. No coach, to me, I believe at this level, is in it just to say that they're a coach. They're in it to win it. They're in it to coach high-level players that wants to come and pursue to get to another level of playing basketball. So you want high level, high IQ, determined, driven type players that are disciplined, that's ready to come in and work and everything. And I'm gonna be honest, at the JUCO level, you don't get that. You get troublesome. You get a lack of, meaning discipline, commitment, and therefore, I hate to say it, whatever's left over from the recruiting season of basketball each year. That's what you are left with, unless you are a high-powered program. If you are not a high-powered, well-known program, it is a fight. It is tooth and nails. It is scratching. It is poking, just to try to bring in high-quality players for your program and to be able to compete for that next season. Because you already know, I'm going to be honest, man, you can bring a player in for the 1 year, the first year, right? JUCO is 2 years. Guess what? There's no guarantee that player is going to come back. There's no guarantee that player will be there that next season, right? Do JUCO give scholarships? JUCO definitely gives scholarships, right? But in the state of North Carolina, and it's different from each state and different from each school, right? State of North Carolina has one junior college that has a dorm, and that is, I'm not even gonna say it because I'm not gonna give them no promo. I'm gonna be honest. But Fayetteville Tech, we don't have dorms. And I know in my third year, what I really realized is, the participation and the recruitment within the city and surrounding areas and counties was low. And the retainment was very, very unsuccessful. And I know this year, in the 2024-25 recruiting season, I went out my way to really trying to find the best available players in this area that will be willing to stay home and will be, what's the word for it, humbled, and the lack of pride, understood that JUCO was probably the best route for them to get them to where they wanted to be and where they wanted to go, and understand it wasn't a slight on who they are and could be as a player, because we already know the stigma of JUCO in the past, right? Junior college, what? JUCO? I'm better than that. And I'm gonna tell players and parents, are they really? Are you really? Because understand this, with all the junior colleges in the nation, United States of America, there are junior college players their first year they are better than some players that have been on Division I, Division II teams, and Division III teams, right? And I'll talk about Division III teams, later, and how that works and what that is all about, right? And then you have NAIA, right? Just because you go JUCO don't mean that you wasn't good enough. There's so many different things to why individuals go JUCO. Maybe they didn't get the right exposure and didn't get seen by the schools that they wanted to see them or needed to see them to be able to get an opportunity to go to that school and play. Maybe their grades wasn't so up to par, right? And they just need a year or two to go develop, mature, get more academically strong, and still at the same time continue to play collegiate level ball and sharpen on their skills so they can be able to be ready to go to that next level, that higher level institution, and come in right away and contribute to that team, right? Maybe there was some type of issues, right? And the issues can be so many different things. It doesn't mean the kid is a troubled kid. It means maybe they came from a troubled environment. Maybe their household is not very intact. Maybe they don't have a great support system. It is so many different things. So they need that JUCO to get themselves correct, get themselves right. And now, guess what? Put themselves in a position to be seen on and to be recruited and scouted by these higher level institutions, right? So they can be able to live out their dream and be able to go into playing Division I, playing Division II, and everything. But again, the negative connotation on the JUCO, it's changing, but it used to be very bad, right? I'm gonna be honest. They're pretty much in favor of North Carolina. There's a lot of girl basketball players and there's a lot of talent, right? But talent doesn't always transfer into you being Division I or Division II. There are a lot of them, and it's probably 90% of them. If not, that might even be a low and need to be higher. Maybe 95% of these kids need to go JUCO if it's available to them. But again, there are kids fighting to get on a JUCO roster. That tells you how competitive it is and how hard it is to get on a collegiate level team, right? So, and the reason why I would say this, because especially in this area, understanding how to play at a high level, skill set needs to be better. Just the mindset, the IQ definitely has to be better. Though you may be the best at your school in 1 and 2 and the best in your conference, but now you have to look at the conference that you're playing in. Are you playing against high level caliber teams? Are you playing against high level caliber players going up against them every time you step on that floor? And if it's not, then guess what? You're most likely are not ready to move up to the next level. JUCO is, and if you have those aspirations of going to the D2 and the D1 level, JUCO is the best route, especially for high school kids, especially because the transfer portal has so many players always transferring each and every year. And guess what? Coaches at that level are looking at the transfer portal first. They're going to stress every means necessary to get a transfer kid than a high school kid. If you ain't a high school kid physically, capably, mentally, and emotionally ready to go in to those type of level of schools and really be a contributor, guess what? They're going to look over you. They're not going to recruit you. They're not, guess what? There are going to be some high level teams that's going to tell you, hey, like you seem to be talented, but why don't you go to this JUCO? They may have a feeder system, a feeder JUCO for you that they are going to recommend, right? And a lot of parents, this is what happens. A lot of parents and a lot of players, guess what? They turn their nose up because you're killing the dream. We're not killing the dream. We're just slowing the dream down so you can be able to reach the dream. Because guess what? You're going full steam ahead thinking that this is where you're going and you're targeting all these top schools when your daughter or your son is not even closely ready for it. And therefore, you're looking down on these JUCO teams because it's not the glimmer and the glamour and the what you call it, the shiny object. It don't look nice, right? But again, just like if you really look about parents, I'm talking to you, maybe probably in your careers and the things that you have accomplished in your life, you wasn't given it. It didn't come easy. And maybe little Johnny or little Susie has to put in a little bit more work. Maybe the route that they have to take to get to those shiny objects and to the glitz and glamour has to be down this road which the door was open for them to take that opportunity. But a lot of them, guess what? They frown upon it, right? They frown upon it because, they don't have this. They don't have this. You always picture little Johnny and little Susie pictures for themselves going to these type of schools. But understand how hard the fight is. Even at the JUCO level, you still got to fight. Because when you come in, you're playing against other players that want the same exact thing. So if you don't think the JUCO level is competitive, it is very competitive. It is a dog-eat world out there. Understand that. So the life of a JUCO coach, it is very difficult. It is very hard because you have to, first off, on a recruiting, convince the individuals that are you're recruiting that when they come to your program, right, that first of all, your program is definitely the right fit for them to help them succeed in reaching and attaining their goal, and that is playing at the next level. Also, you gotta convince the parents that that this is conducive for them and everything. It is so much. There's some high school coaches out there that won't even talk to JUCO because they look at it because they feel that it's beneath the player because it's coming from their program. And they want to stamp their name on that player and say, look what I've done for them. Look what I've done. I'm sending them to a D2 or a D1 school, not a JUCO. They don't want that behind their name. But in my mindset, and I coach high school basketball and through my AAU program, yes, we wasn't the best AAU program around and the top dog. But the thing was getting the kids that I coach into college to be able to have scholarship money, athletic scholarship, and academic money that would pay for their education. And if it went first, where they didn't have to pay at all, or their parents had to pay little to none. That was my first priority. It wasn't a priority to being able to send them to D1 and have them get a $4 million NIL deal, which is not going to happen to a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? It's only going to happen to the 0.5% that's going to get that. If you guys don't understand that, and that's a whole nother the topic in the discussion, the NIL. If you really deep dive into what that actually is and how you can actually benefit from that. So I ain't gonna get on that. I'm gonna stay on the life of the JUCO coach. So we have to deal with all this, right? Then when you get kids, you got to deal with the kid, right? That you thought you recruited, that you thought that was committed, that was disciplined and determined, and come to find out because maybe of the program that they came from, they ain't do the type of work that we doing because it's still college. Like we're starting second week of school. Like we're going heavy. And don't let it be local. Locally, we've already in the gym working out a couple days, 2 days out of the week. We've already sending workout conditioning programs for those to do over the summer. So when they come and show up to us, we can go and hit it hard and hit it heavy, right? We're running miles, 2, 3. We're doing sprints, 100-yard dashes and stuff. We're running hills. We're in the weight room. We're in the skill development. We're getting up 100, 150 shots and everything. We're doing things of the nature of team bonding, conditioning day and stuff like that to see how hard they can go, how much they can take, and how strong mentally they are, so we can understand how to go ahead and navigate through the course of the season, right? And implement things the way to make them stronger in those places, right? When you're given a scholarship, they say it's like a job because you're given money to do what? To go to school. They are paying your money. They're giving you a free education, tuition, and books, right? For free. You are coming in based off of this talent that we've seen on the court through our recruitment, and you're supposed to come in, 2 things: help the program be better than what it was, right? And also get your game by developing, getting better as a person, a player, and just an athlete, so you can be able to move on to the next level. So what I find out is that there are a lot of them, they don't really, that's not what they want. When they get there, it changes, or we've been bamboozled, which is crazy, which is sometimes hard. And sometimes we go through that. We call it now catfish. We got catfished. How did we get catfished? So now we changed up our recruiting style. We changed up, hey, I gotta go watch you about 3 times to make sure that what I've seen the first time was actually that's who you are, regardless if you had a bad game or not. I gotta go show up to your practices. If we're still recruiting you starting at the end of your junior year, I gotta go to some AAU games. I got to bring you in before we actually officially offer you and actually work you out in our workout, right? Not saying our workout's the best, but at our speed, at our level, and at our intensity. Because we can listen to coach. Coach be like, man, coach, man, she's a great hard worker, man. She go fast. She does this, man. Oh, man, she can shoot well. And let me tell you, we run kids in, man, that said they were shooters, and they got in the gym, and I'm not saying just they were good misses, they were bad misses. The form was off, but they said it was a shooting guard. Shooting guard, they out of shape. They passing out in 10 minutes. So we were like, whoa. So now we like, okay, do we take a chance on this player, bringing them into our program? And sometimes it's like that's not what we're really looking for. Because film highlights can make you look like I can go out there and do some highlights and make me look like a very great player at the age of 46. But I need to see a full. That's why coaches need to see highlights. Gets a coach what? It gets them interest. Now I need to see more. I need to see a full game film on you. Because you might have had a good game. Your stat line might have been 25 and 6 or something of that nature, right? But guess what? In that first half, you didn't play hard. You didn't start playing hard until the second half. And guess what most coaches do? Usually first, second quarter, they done. So they don't even never get to see that good old half that you had. So now you just messed up your chances. So that's why coaches say you better play hard from the time you touch the floor. Because you never know who's watching, when they're going to watch, and what they're going to watch. And that's the truth of the matter, man. I'm just being honest. Just being honest. So I'm going to pose this, right? And I just gave y'all little snippets and everything about the life of a JUCO coach, right? And everything. I gave you so many other things, right, about players and stuff. So the question of the day that I want to ask each and every one of you guys that are sitting here listening to me, right? Can parents ruin their child's recruitment opportunities? Can a parent ruin their child's recruiting opportunities? And I'm going to answer myself. Yes, they absolutely can. Because what we have found out is that, guess what? When you're recruiting a player, you're also recruiting the parents. You're recruiting the family. You found out about the background of the parent, the mom, the dad, and all that good stuff. Are they yellers at the games? Do they cause disturbances? It's a lot of that, because if the parents are not in the child's best interest and in the program's best interest, guess what? A lot of times we will turn down that player. We will not recruit that player just because of that. Parents can kill a kid's recruitment sometimes when they get involved too much. Now, I helped out with my daughter's recruitment. I had a daughter that played. I talked to the coaches. It was mostly, leading them to the water and hopefully they drink it. After that, I allowed her to go ahead and talk and communicate with the coach and everything. I didn't harp on her when she made her decision when she first came out of college, even though she tore her ACL, right? And she was coming off of ACL. There was a few schools that was left that was interested in her, and she made that decision by herself. I just guided her. I gave her the pros and cons, and I gave her parameters of what she needed to look for and everything. And then it was on her to what she did with that, and she made her own decision. Now, in the process of recruiting and everything, I was telling another coach, when I went on a visit with her, I talked to the coach. I asked the things that parents would ask, like as far as money and stuff like that. What is it that, safety and of things of that nature. But I let her lead, let her walk with the coach so she can communicate, and they need to talk, because this is that was going to be a decision that she would have had to make for herself, not me. She had to say, this is where I want to be at for the next 4 years. So again, parents, be careful on how you recruit how you are helping your kids. Be careful, because you can definitely ruin your child's recruitment opportunities. I just recently heard that there was a player mother that ruined the girl opportunity from having a D1 offer because of her ways and how she was, and her outlook on the recruitment process, and maybe what she was asking for, which is crazy. Allow the process to go through, especially when the coaches have reached out to your children. Understand that. Understand it. All right, man. Hey, I've been on here almost an hour, but I know in the beginning it was a little bit shaky. So I'm definitely what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna come back on here once a week, and we're gonna talk about some things. Never know what the topic's gonna be, never know what we're gonna talk about and who's gonna come in. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys staying here, listening. And if you go back and recap on it and everything, hey, add a comment. Tell me what you feel. Tell me what you think, man. Speak your mind. I'm gonna speak mine. All right. And another thing is, I want to plug in. All right, True Champions Athletics Basketball Training is my basketball program, basketball organization. Right, Saturdays and Sundays. Right, we're starting back up with workouts for intermediate and advanced players, girls and boys. Right, middle school and high school and collegiate athletes. Right, you guys 9 to 11 on Saturdays. Sundays it should be, I think it's 2 to 4. If it changes, just look out for the times posted on my social media, which is MRK Dreams Big or TCA Recruit on my Facebook or my Instagram, all right, or here right on him on my Facebook page, right? I'll be posting times, and you'll be seeing different things out. All right, so Sunday, I'll be in there. I mean, not Sunday, but Saturday, because Sunday's Easter. Saturday, 9 to 11, we're getting that ball handling, and we're getting shooting up. We working on the game. So, hey, hit me up. Let me know what you guys definitely want to do and everything. $25 for group training. All right. No more than 10 players I'm taking. All right. No more than 10 players. All right. We're going to work and we're going to get better. All right. And my closing remarks is, hey, every opportunity given to you may be your last, and the only opportunity. It might not be how you pictured it to be, but you have to take advantage of what you are given and make the best of it. Just make the best of it. You never know. All right, when you see a door open, hey, and that is something that you've probably been thinking about doing, go ahead and do it, and do it with do it with everything that you have in you. All right, don't never go lackadaisical. Give everything, that you have, what I'm saying, put forth the effort, and I guarantee you good things will definitely happen, man. But I appreciate you. I'm Martez Rafael Kirkland. This is Real Talk with your boy MRK. Let me speak my mind, and I'm out. I appreciate you, each and every one of y'all. Until next week, man. Hey, stay tuned.